today we're gonna talk about Peter's story, where it all began, how he's come to the point that he's at now. So, Peter, where did it all begin, man?
Well, this could be a long journey. Probably gonna be a long talk too. So,
we got plenty of time, man.
Yeah.
We don't got practice. We don't got games. We got anything. We got a lot of time, bro.
Okay, so it all started kindergarten. I was like 5 years old at the time. A friend. Sadly, we don't talk to each other, but I wish I had to talk to them because he was like the one who started it. Mm-hmm. So my friend, his name was Hunter. Mm-hmm. And he told me, yo, you want to go to the baseball game? At the time, my family is like, my dad's a soccer player and my mom's big on basketball. So I didn't know nothing about baseball. Mm-hmm. I'm like, baseball? What's that? He's like, you don't know what baseball is? And I'm like, no. He's like, whoa, you want to come? And I'm like, sure. Mm-hmm. And they knew my sister, so they took my sister too. And then we went to the game. And then I think that was when Torrey Hunter hit 3 home runs.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, whoa, like I just see the ball just going over and over. Uh-huh. And then that's when Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Man, I love that guy.
Sadly, his career fell off, but he was still like...
He was goated when he was with the Angels. When he was with the Angels. Angels, baby.
And I was like, yo, he has my last name and that stuff. So I just felt good. And then he struck out 3 guys on that day. And then I was like, you know what? I love this sport.
Right.
I really love this sport. So after that, oh, man. At the house, by myself, I would pretend that I was like hitting the ball. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I had this those band like those little plastic bats. Mm-hmm. I had a ball. Mm-hmm. I always just soft toss to myself in the house and hit it. And I used to imagine the stairs was a home run, and then there was a first base, second base, third base, and I do it every day, and I'll watch the Angel game too, and just every day. I'll do it, I'll just, oh, shoot, kids. I always had that imagination. I was using my imagination. I would pitch, too. I act like I was pitching to, a batter, and I had, this, little, target. Mm-hmm. I was always thinking to myself, throw it right there, that's a strike. And if I miss my target, that would be a home run. And I'll act like, oh my gosh, darn it. I know it sounds really depressing right now, but I was alone, but thinking there was people around me playing a game. And that's how I learned baseball.
Really?
My dad didn't know anything about baseball. He was always working. My mom, she has to clean and that stuff. So I always watch every baseball game and then act like what they're doing. And that's how I learned baseball. Wow. And then, 2 years of this. 2 years.
2 years of this doing day in and day out.
Yes, I did this for 2 years. And I broke a lot of stuff in my house. I didn't get grounded, but I always got in trouble. They always yelled at me. You know, Latino parents. They always
hit you with the chancla.
Yeah, basically. So, but I learned baseball like that. And then 3rd grade, there was a sign-up sheet for Pony baseball. You know Pony?
Yeah, like Little League pretty much.
Yeah, it's basically like Little League, but kind of better.
Okay, no shade. Better.
No shade for Little League, but Pony. It was to sign up was $200. Mm-hmm. So I showed it to my parents, and they're like, I don't know, Peter, but I always say I always play. I always want to do this. I don't want to break the house again.
Yeah, exactly.
Always. So they thought about it and okay, we'll do it. But at this time, my dad lost his job.
Really?
That's why they were thinking about it. Mm-hmm. My dad was a chef.
Oh, okay.
And he was a head chef. He was and he lost his job because of the 2008 crisis.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So he got laid off, but he's like, you know what? I'll do it for you, Peter. And then so I was hyped and everything. Either my dad or my uncle bought me my first glove. I think I still have it, but it's all torn up and but so throughout, yeah. So tryouts. I was wearing jeans. I think I was just wearing like New Balance, like, or no, like some Walmart
Skechers or something like
some Walmart shit. And everyone was like, I felt like everyone was like, oh, this kid just barely played because I'm 8.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of people played T-ball. Everything. Like, I'm like, oh man, these guys already played. So during tryouts, there's like an outfield, infield, and then hitting. I did everything right. I caught all the balls because most of the kids I've been seeing, they always dropped it. And I was the only one, not the only one, but I was one of them. I catched everything. I was fielding. I was hitting. And they're like, who is this kid?
Yeah. Exactly.
He's wearing jeans and like probably like a Walmart like t-shirt with a dad hat on. And I'm doing all this stuff. And then I made it on the team. So I'm hyped and everything. And then my first practice, I showcased more of myself, and they're like, well, I never seen this kid before.
Right.
And he's doing all this stuff. And the coach, I'll talk about this later. The coach, he loved me and everything. He taught me how to pitch. No, he didn't teach me how to pitch, but he told me like the fundamentals of pitching and that stuff, and then hitting. And throughout my first year, I was basically like a star two-way player, basically, you can say.
Right.
Like, I was hitting, I was pitching, I played first base, third base, everything. And then I made it to my All-Stars my first year.
Wow.
To a kid that had nothing.
To a kid that was just playing in his base, not in the basement, but like in the living room, playing in the living room, breaking stuff left and right, imagining all these situations and creating all these situations to being an all-star in your first year. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and then also too, like, kids from the other team, they're like, yo, this kid, I was throwing hard too. I think I was throwing like 60 in the age of like 8. Or not 60, probably like 57, but that's
like you were throwing
fast.
you were throwing
that's
hard.
fast. When the close mound too, I think it was like 50 feet. That's pretty hard. And like, they're like, what the heck? And yeah, I made it to my All-Stars. It was funny too because I was a first base, third base, but they put me in the outfield because I knew how to catch. So I was a center fielder.
Wow. Okay.
So
you had
they
some
put
moves
me
back then?
Yeah, I had some moves back then. They put me in center field and then pitch. And like, we made it to the, I don't know, regionals, I think that's called. And then we lost. But like, first year I did that, like, I was shocked, and my parents are like, you know what? I think
This was a good investment. This was a good choice.
And I think my parents too, because they put a lot of stuff into this and throughout longer. And then the next year, I went to All-Stars again, and I was just improving, and then my first coach introduced me to travel ball. So after I quit pony, I did travel ball throughout middle school. So talking about this coach, I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna, but so during my travel ball year, my coach kept on benching me for some reason because new kids were coming. Dads, here comes the daddy ball issue, and the dads keep on telling him, "You could put my kid in," and like I told my parents, I told my parents this every year: don't get involved with this. I understand that people pay money because their kid wants to play. And so I was like, you know what, let's just quit. So I quit. My coach, everything, he's like, why are you quitting? I'm like, well, because you're not playing me, and like,
Spending a lot of money.
we're spending a lot of money
And time.
so no hard feelings, like, thank you for everything, but I don't want to play. And then he starts saying this bad stuff to us, and like I created you, and I'm like, what?
Oh, heck no.
I'm like, I taught myself everything. You're just telling like slowly like telling me like the fundamentals of stuff. But I already knew everything.
Right, you had established some skill by then.
I'm like, you cannot say that.
Right.
So I laughed. But he's still
chirping
to like mostly everybody, and then
sucks.
So I went on the team to this team, and they loved me, everything. So I stick with that. Hitting was still good, pitching was faster every day, and then throughout I had beef with some people, but at the same time I still like progress. Like I still love baseball. So throughout middle school that happened. Like I thought I was unstoppable. I had some really good games, and then of course bad games, but mostly good games. I was hitting good. I thought I was gonna be like, I don't like to be the cocky kid, but I was just like, I can probably do this two-way and everything. And most of the kids said, yeah, I see you as a two-way player. And then high school hits. Oh my god. Yeah.
Just another story in itself.
Another story by itself, because I like to talk to this earlier, but I was at the time out of baseball. I was a shy kid still. Baseball, I was a new kid, like basically like a different person than a school kid.
Yeah, it brings you out of your shell for sure.
Yeah, and then so tryouts come, freshman year. Does everything right. The varsity coach saw my hitting. He liked my hitting, and then of course pitching. They saw my slider, my curveball, everything nasty and that stuff. And the kids from Pony and Travel Ball, there were some kids that liked me, and some kids that were iffy. But they made it on the team, and they were shocked that I made it on the team. And so our first practice, guess who it was? The first coach.
the same guy that was trying to take the one that was saying that he created you, that guy, right? It was that guy?
Yeah.
He was the head coach?
No, he wasn't a head coach. He was a freshman coach.
He was a freshman coach.
Yep. So all this stuff, and then again, I was a quiet kid, so my teammates kind of picked on me a lot. Right now, when people pick on me, I don't really care. But at that time, I kind of did care. I didn't want to be an annoying person. Like I tried to like not talk a lot, not to like.
You just try to avoid confrontation.
Yeah, but at the same time, I still communicated like baseball wise. But like outside, like I'm like,
leave me alone.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was happening, and then the coach tells the head. I was eavesdropping one time. People are gonna say it. People listening, like you're like, oh, that didn't happen. Like you can probably not trust me, but I heard this and like, yeah. And the head coach is like, what about that Peter kid? I like his swing. I like his pitching. He's like, yeah, he's good at hitting, but just make him a pitcher. And then I was like, bullshit.
Right.
And then, so freshman year, I got 2 at-bats. Triple, double, and that's it. And then I was just pitching. Like, I wasn't mad. I love pitching, but I like doing both. So they just made me a pitcher, and I was like, really? They're just going to take away this?
Right. And it's not like you were bad at it, too.
Exactly. And I don't want to be, again, like, oh, because you think you're a pitcher, you think you're good at hitting. I'm like, people say I'm good at hitting. I mean, I work on my stuff. I do tee work and that and like I hit I don't go for power too. I'm like a doubles guy. I hit it in the gap. I hit some wall bangers, and then like probably hit a home run once a year. But I'm more like I know I was a big guy, but I'm more like a doubles guy.
Gap to gap guy.
And yeah, so I was just pitching. My mom again wanted to get involved with it. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to be those people, those parents that's complain all the time. I told her, stop, it's okay. and I just want to represent my school.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so now during freshman season, so I'm pitching good. I'm dominating,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I feel like good to myself, my teammates just bring me down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, Peter, you think you're good in that stuff, but it's just freshman year. I'm like, can you at least like say I
Like,
pitched
good job, yeah, good job.
good job? Like, I'm not trying to be cocky, saying I'm dominating these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, at least I'm.
You just
pitching
wanted
good.
some positive affirmation.
Yeah,
for your
but
team.
like I understand these were jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a joke can last like 3 days. Like I can take it,
Mm-hmm.
but they did this constantly, and I was just like, what the heck, bro? These are my teammates.
Right. Imagine what your rival would say about you. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. So then sophomore year, and I pitched a few games for varsity,
mm-hmm.
and then that led to my teammates hating on me. One like, oh, just because you played in varsity. I went down to JV because supposedly their pitcher was injured, so I just pitched a few games in varsity.
Mm-hmm.
But I went down to JV. I pitched a lot again, and same thing freshman year. And that's and then oh yeah, at the time travel ball too. I still in the summer
Mm-hmm.
was playing travel ball. I was still a two-way. My coach still see me at a two-way. I was hitting good and that stuff. And I tried out again JV year,
Mm-hmm.
and then everyone's like, Peter, you can't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hit. I'm like, but I'm doing all this stuff. Why are you saying I can't hit?
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the coach is saying, oh yeah, Peter, you're gonna become a PO. I'm like, oh my god.
Right. It's frustrating.
It's
sure.
frustrating because most of these kids have an advantage because their parents are like, yeah, make my kid a two-way, make my kid play all this,
Mm-hmm.
and like, and then me saying again to my parents like, I don't want you to get involved,
Right.
and it's
Because you just don't want to be involved in that kind of situation.
exactly, and like this is such a disadvantage because most people don't I think people.
Oh, I understand, man. Something
Yeah.
like that happened
It's
throughout my journey too. I mean,
Yeah.
my parents were the same way. They wanted to get involved when I wasn't playing a whole lot.
Yeah.
Because my freshman year, I got called up to varsity and I wasn't playing
Yeah.
at all. Like I played one game, had one bad game, and then from there I faced a really good pitcher my freshman year. I faced a pitcher, a lefty that was throwing really hard.
Yeah.
As a freshman, I did terrible. Went like 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Probably 4 Ks. I don't remember honestly, but I struck out and I didn't do well. And then the other kid that I was competing with the spot for,
Yeah.
he played against a team that was like, dude was throwing like 60 poo. Goes like 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Dude gets the spot right away. I'm like, well, yeah, that was like fair. You know what I mean? Like my
Yeah.
train of thought was like, I faced a kid that was throwing like 83 to 85 as a freshman. Like
Yeah.
I had never really seen anything like that before because I didn't play travel ball or anything.
Yeah.
And then this kid sees a kid that's throwing 63 to 65. Obviously, he's gonna have a better chance of being successful. But I'm not saying like that's the only reason why I didn't play and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Like,
my parents wanted to get involved and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait out, see what
I
happens,
did the
see if
same
I get an
thing, yeah.
opportunity. And all I could do is just stay positive and
Yeah.
and just be supportive of my teammates.
Yeah.
Be a guy on the team. Find a way to make yourself useful on the team and don't bring everybody else down.
Yeah. So yeah, the JV year, I was pitching. That's what I told my mom. At least I'm pitching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting. So yeah, I still dominate.
This is junior year that you're talking about
No,
now?
it's JV. So
So still sophomore year?
yeah,
Or-
sophomore year, I dominate pitching, but my teammates are still on me.
Mhm.
So, and that was over. The JV year is over. So go back to travel ball, do my two-way again. And my travel ball team, I love them.
Mhm.
They were actually like, they're kids like me
Mhm.
to get like.
Was
left
it in
out.
Menifee too, or
No, this was at Riverside, I think.
Oh, is that where your team was at?
Yeah.
What was the team called?
SoCal Victory. Shout out to them. I hope they're listening. But yeah, there were kids that like people just like picked on too, and they
They were coming from the same situation you
Yeah.
were, kind of.
yeah, because I listened to the stories,
Mhm.
but we all just bonded.
Mm-hmm.
And like I love those guys to death. Sadly, I had to leave
Mm-hmm.
because they're here. So, but yeah, I played two-way. They always like, bro, why'd they make you a PO? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I have videos on my Instagram too, me hitting.
Oh, I've seen them, dude.
And then people still don't think I can hit good. They're probably like, oh, you probably went like 1 for 4 that day. I'm like, no, I just show like the doubles. I don't like showing like singles.
Right. Who wants to see a single?
Who wants to see a single,
That's
bro?
True. Dang, I'm gonna have to delete my post. One of my posts on Instagram, bro.
I'm like, I'm not gonna post like a single. That's probably like if I had 3 hits on singles, I'll probably post them. But
Right.
I only post like doubles.
Right, hard hit balls, pretty much.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know either. But travel ball, you can do both.
So overall, your experience throughout high school and travel ball was very different.
Very
High school was like just draining the energy out of you, draining the love for the game out of you, sort of.
Yeah.
And then travel ball was like
Travel
more
ball.
fun because you could relate more to the people that were there,
Yep.
and you just enjoyed it more because you were able to do what you knew you could do. Like for example, be a two-way guy,
Yep.
hit and pitch, and dominate at both.
Yep. And so summer year, had great, and then go back to high school, junior year, and you can tell Dan. I don't know if me and Danny told you this. Worst year.
Really?
Worst year.
What happened?
Seniors. So the seniors, if they're watching, I don't care about you guys. But the seniors didn't really give a crap. They're like, I want to play. I don't care that you play. I want to play. And we got a new coach too. Because the other head coach,
He resigned?
no, he left because
Another coaching job?
no, he wanted to spend more time with his kids.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, but I think the real reason why was because of parents, honestly. But yeah, we get a new guy, and I'm like, okay, I can probably get a two-way spot.
Fresh start.
And that head coach, that coach, the first coach, yeah, he left. He went to another school, actually.
Really?
Oh yeah, he had a son too.
Bro, tell me why this is sounding really similar to my story. This is like, in a way it is, because the same thing happened. So freshman year of high school, my head coach, he was there, and then after the freshman season going into the sophomore season, he resigned. He left and said he was done coaching. He was gonna focus on helping his family and stuff like that.
God.
And I mean, I don't blame the guy. It was a bad situation because at the school, he was trying to recruit a lot of guys, bring in a lot of guys, but a lot of guys were coming in and out.
Yeah.
So he just wasn't able to build the program I guess he wanted to. But he could have simply just told us the truth, like, yo, like, I'm gonna quit, but I'm probably gonna coach another year, which is what he ended up doing.
Yeah.
He ended up not coaching my sophomore season, but my junior season we played against him, against his high school that he was coaching, a school called Liberty High School in Henderson.
Yeah.
And it's a really good program. And I played against him my junior and senior year, and he told us that he wasn't going to coach anymore. So something like that happened to me too.
Yeah.
I could relate to you in that way.
So, well, I was like, okay, he's gone, so I don't care. But so focus on junior year, I tried going two-way again, and my teammates that were in my junior tells the seniors, like, yo, get on this guy, because I was progressing. Now I felt like, but still in the inside, I was still a shy guy. So then the seniors, every day they did the same thing, but it was harsher because they were seniors. And like, oh, Peter, you're not a two-way guy. You're not good. You're not good. And this kid's like, you're not good. You're never gonna make it out of high school. You're not gonna play. And I'm like, that didn't bring me down. That actually wanted me to work more because I was growing again. Like, I wasn't taking shit for granted. But I didn't talk back. I'm like, just
It just fueled you more to just put in the work.
Yeah. I'm like, just keep on talking. I don't care. But I didn't talk back. So, and then the seniors talked to the head coach again, like, yo, don't play this guy. Like, bro, what is happening right now? And
he actually listened to them?
He listened to them. And because the parents were also complaining. Again with the parents again. And my mom, wants to complain because
she feels like you were getting mistreated,
exactly.
Which you were.
Exactly. And then again, I'm like, Mom, it's okay, I don't care. So I think I didn't become a starting pitcher, and I didn't get to play two-way. I was a relief guy, and I only played like 5 games. And then I was just like, what the heck, bro? And that guy that said I wasn't gonna like play after high school, like I really wanted to punch that guy. And yeah, the kids were saying the same thing, like, Peter, like, you're not good, you're not that stuff. I was just like, I was like, okay, just ignore them. And we had a losing season. I was like, yeah, that's what you guys get. Like, we had a losing season. We lost against like easy teams too. I was just like, I'm so glad that. And I saw all the records suck. So like, yeah, you guys had a worse senior year, didn't you? No, and I told that to them. And they're like, shut up, Peter. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, you're leaving, so I don't care.
Right.
So
would you say senior year was a little bit better going off of that? Or?
Yep. And then again, summer ball,
travel ball,
boom, two-way, best time of the year. And then senior year, I was like, you know what? If someone talks back to me, I'm talking back to them. I don't even care. If they want to fight, I'll fight them. But I'm not a fighting person.
Right. But you were just like, you were going to defend yourself.
Yeah, I was going to defend myself if they're going to talk smack. So, yeah, everything changed. My teammates, like, they tried to make fun of me, so I made fun of them. They're like, what the heck? Like, they
caught them off guard.
Yeah, I just caught them off guard, and I kept on like, and then again working on my stuff. I was throwing throughout freshman year. I was throwing 79, and then senior year I was hitting 86, 87. So I progressed myself doing that, and yeah, senior year I was starting again. The coach liked me. But that was like only for 3 games because the other games we had, we lost because we don't have a good closer. And like I can tell, like, when the people have that role, the closer spot, they were so nervous. They were like aiming it, and like they blew like a lot of games. I'm like, you know what? I want to win. So I told my coach, I want to be a closer. So he's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. I'm tired of seeing these like blown leads that we have, and our hitting wasn't the best. They weren't the best. So I became a closer. I pitched basically every game, and it was like mostly like 1-run leads, and I saved them. I had 6 saves and one blown save, and I think my
was that your first one?
Yeah, it was my first loss.
No, I'm saying, like, was that your first appearance as a closer? Or?
No. It was like probably like my 4th game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, I blew it. I think if people from my school are watching, they know what game.
What happened in that game?
Okay.
Go into it, man. Now that you're talking about it.
So we were winning. What team was it? I forgot what team, but it was 4-0. It was 4-0. And I heard the sophomore kid was getting looked at. So it was the 7th inning, I think. Yeah, 7th inning.
It's pretty much just the last inning of the game, right?
Yeah, it was the last inning, and then so I think a scout was looking at him. So he puts in the sophomore kid. I'm like, why is he putting him? Like, this is my game. If he puts him, I'm like, okay, probably
for your team or for the other team?
For my team.
They put him into pitch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, you know what? Probably because he throws hard. If he's watching that, but he throws hard. He's good. And he's a sidearm pitcher. His ball moves, everything,
right.
But he wasn't still like full. I don't know, like controlled.
Right.
So
he didn't have a whole lot of composure.
Yeah.
Like for a situation like that?
It's okay. So he walks 3 batters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and he's like, Rodriguez, go, my coach. I'm like, okay. So, and then he walks another guy. He walks 4 batters.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see the scout. The scout leaves. And then he puts me. I'm like, okay, it's like every game. Because I pitch a lot, a base loaded too.
Mm-hmm.
I always get out of it. But I jammed this guy so hard, but the dog goes to first base, spinning.
Oh my god! I know what you're talking about, dude. Like, just like the first baseman can't get it.
First baseman can't get it, and I'm like, it was 2 outs too. We were about to win. He can't get it, and then he bobbles it. 2 runs scored. It's 4-3. And what happened? Oh, I do another one. Mm-hmm. I jammed the kid again, but it wasn't much spin. Makes an error. I pitch again. I jam a guy inside. Mm-hmm. Pick it up, and like I said, this is why I always throw underhand when I do my PFPs. I threw it overhand and I sail it to the stands.
Jesus. Pull the Matt Garza.
Yep. And then everybody were like, "What the heck, Peter?" And then runner scores. They tied it, and then I struck out a guy to end it off. And I'm like, bro, you could have gotten out of that after that first baseman, but it's okay. It happens. Mm-hmm. And then my friend JJ, he hits one. He hits a double. And then my friend Drew, he hits a double, and that scored a run. So it's 5-4 now. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, we can do this. And then a guy hits a single, and then a guy hits a double. Mm-hmm. And then my my head coach goes, "You want to finish this off? We have another pitcher." And I should have said to keep me in, mm-hmm. but I said no. Mm-hmm. So, also too, I was in my head too, and the umpire was kind of bad too. So he kept on giving me like bullshit calls. So I actually said, I said it. I can't believe he didn't hear me. I'm like, get some glasses, Blue.
Damn.
And he didn't hear me.
You're frustrated though.
I threw my glove and everything.
You're frustrated.
I was frustrated because everyone was complaining too. Mm-hmm. And then my friend Caleb, first pitch, when they're at third and second, sails it. First pitch, walk off.
Like sails it over the catcher's head?
Yeah,
or
sails it over my friend Chris, he literally just went. Because it was that high. Jeez. He didn't even bother.
He was like, we're going, that's it.
Yeah. First pitch. And then we joke around sometimes with Caleb about that. I forgot to mention too. After that game, people always said it was my fault. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, bro.
The other dude walked the bases loaded though.
He walked 4 batters.
Right.
They didn't say nothing.
Right.
And this is the point. They were still trying to get on me, but I said bullshit. You did an error. You did that. You did that. We all did shit.
Yeah.
I said shut the F up. And they're like, I'm like, yeah, stop. Okay.
Exactly. Right.
It's good. It's like another game.
Dude, I never really pitched much in high school.
Yeah.
But when I did get put in, dude, I got put in the worst predicaments ever.
Yeah.
I remember I got put in one time, bases loaded.
Yeah.
No outs. We're playing probably one of the best hitting teams in the whole state of Nevada, Rancho High School. If you guys are watching this, bro, you guys know how freaking terrified I was, dude. Dude, we got these guys have hitters that have at least I think anywhere from 3 to 5 bombs at this point in the season. It's not even halfway through the season. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm facing the meat part of the lineup, 3, 4, 5 guys. And I'm like, holy shit. It's dude, I knew I wasn't that great of a pitcher. Yeah. I knew I didn't throw hard. I knew I wasn't super impressive. But my coach always put me in the worst predicaments, and I was like, I don't want to pitch. He'd always put me against teams like that too. It wasn't just just that team. It would be against another school like Green Valley, mm-hmm. Basic, schools that everyone in Vegas knows. And just well, how am I supposed to get confidence to pitch if I'm not being put in a good predicament? Yeah. I'm always getting put where I'm having to fight myself out of a hole.
So Then throughout senior year, I dominated. Just that one blown save just hit me, but yeah, I dominated. I pitched every game. My ERA at the end of the season was a 0.8. No, 0.83.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first all league. Yeah, my ERA, I was the top. I was like, damn, I beat all these pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
You could say I was closer, but I was getting 2 innings or 1 inning every game. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of innings. I think I got like 42.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And yeah, I was just like, damn, I beat all these pitchers. And I felt proud of myself. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. Yeah, at the end of the year, they're like, all my teammates are like, you know what, Peter, we're all sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They said this at the end. And I was like, wow.
Why now it took you this long to realize how bad you guys treated me?
Exactly, and they're like, we're sorry. We're sorry that we treated you this. We're sorry that we let the seniors, junior year, that talk bad about you. I was like, you know what? I don't really care, bro. Like,
it's over and now I'm going to college.
It's only going to college. I'm never gonna see you guys again. And if I see you, I'm gonna strike you guys out, anyways. And then, but yeah, now, and then we're all. Finally, they're all cool with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, 4 years of that, you're just gonna do that to me. But yeah.
And then going off of that, man, what schools did you have offers to go to, or what were your options at the time?
So yeah, my summer ball before senior year, a lot of colleges looked at me, and then they saw me my senior year. So the first school was Holy Names. That was a D2 school.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking at me. They liked how I pitch. I went to a CBU camp. I pitched really good. I think my best pitch was my changeup, and the coach really liked changeup pitchers. Mm-hmm. So I kept on shaking up. I'm like, I want to show you my changeup.
Mm-hmm.
And swing and miss. It was dirty that time. I'm like, yes, let's go. And the head coach, he's a cool coach.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with him, and he's like, I really like your pitching, but sadly it's like I already give all these scholarships out, but if you walk on, I'll give you a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So I had that offer. I was like a D1.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like 5 JC. Oh no, NAIA.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 NAIAs, all in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a half a scholarship,
mm-hmm.
a lot of money. And then all JCs, 1 in Washington, 1 in Colorado, and then 2 up north. 2 up north, I think. And
up north out here in Cali?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like somewhere around Oakland.
What was that school? The one in Colorado. Which one was that?
I forgot.
Like Northwestern, something like that.
I think it was that.
That's crazy. I know some people that play there right now. Yeah.
And San Diego City College.
Mm-hmm.
And then ABC.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about this till my end of my senior year. I was still thinking. So I was like, okay, so my dad is the only one working because my mom is a stay-at-home mom. And like once he does his taxes and that stuff, he doesn't really have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has to put food on the table and everything. So I was still thinking. My sister's still in college, but my sister's really smart. She got full ride.
Mm-hmm.
But she still has to pay like $1,000 or $2,000
mm-hmm.
because of rent.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I can go CBU, but it's a walk-on, and like I probably have to still pay like
a lot of money,
like $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a scholarship for my grades,
mm-hmm.
but
academics
still didn't cover it. So I was like, and a walk-on, but he said he's gonna give me a spot, but that's still not guaranteed,
mm-hmm.
and it's D1.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was throwing 86, 87, so I was just like, okay, well, I'll think about it because that's D1. D2, that was just far away.
Mm-hmm.
That was far. It was at Oakland too.
Mm-hmm.
That one's at Oakland. They gave me a lot for my academics though,
mm-hmm.
and I think they gave me partial, but it was expensive
mm-hmm.
still. think I still had to pay like $5,000. So I said, okay, well, I'll think about it. I said, sadly, that was my first pick. No. And then the Iowa schools,
just too far.
Well, they gave me a lot.
Uh-huh.
I think 75. And I think I only had to pay like 1,000. But the flight, oh man, that was like $2,000 a flight.
Yeah, 'cause it's middle of nowhere, Iowa. Almost everywhere in Iowa is middle of nowhere.
So I was like, I'm never gonna be at home.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna come home. And spending $4,000 on Iowa, no, that's not worth it. So sadly, I had to go. Oh yeah, there's some D3, but I still said no on the D3 because you don't get a scholarship. So I think like 2. I forgot what schools they were. I said no on the D3s. So JC, guy in Washington, gave me. He there's I had to sign something so I can get in-state tuition. He gave me that. Gave me a full ride over there. But there was 3 kids from my school that were gonna come over there. I'm like, and they were the kids that
you didn't really like.
That I didn't really like. But it's funny because he gave me the highest one out of all 3 of them. He gave him like 25 of the scholarship, and they all committed before me. And I was just like, sorry, coach, I can't do it. So I said no to that. And so it was either
ABC or San Diego City.
Yeah, ABC, San Diego City,
or try to walk on at another JUCO.
Or walk on a D1. So again, I'm thinking this is like probably 4 weeks, but the semester gonna be over senior year. I had to make my decision. So I was like, okay, D1, a lot of kids, I can compete with them, but at the same time, there's probably just gonna be guys that just gotta do something. I don't know. Like I kept on thinking a lot because I want to play baseball. I know I have the skills. Like I'm throwing 87, 86. That's hard to do. So I was just like, I sadly I didn't want to walk on, and then I had to pay $5,000 too. That's affecting my family, affecting my everything. So I was just like, no.
It's a lot to think about.
So I said no. And then San Diego City College, coach was really cool. He met me actually at Jethawk Stadium.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing a camp there. He liked my stuff and everything, and then he gave me a visit. I loved everything, and then but the apartments are expensive over there.
Right, San Diego.
Yeah. So and a lot of people too. So I was like, I could have fun here, but money-wise, I don't know either. Again, well, I get free college. I was thinking about that. I was like, and then ABC, I was like, okay, it's cheap. I know it's probably not the greatest choice, but I can probably get a chance. I like Coach Holiday, and then Livermont, and but I was like, okay, this is probably a good choice because, again, I'm barely paying anything here. I'm getting lots of money. I get food. I get this apartment. And then San Diego, I probably had the room by myself. Get paid a lot, and it's San Diego. It's crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go to ABC, and then
see how it goes.
And that's how I came here.
It's crazy.
So yeah, basically it.
Wow, it's a long journey, man. I mean, we talked for like an hour, for like an hour or so. I mean,
and people think that my story's not true, but I'm not.
Why would you make up something like that? Why would you make up? Why would you make up your own teammates teasing on you, your own teammates?
People saying, "Oh, you're not gonna make a college baseball," and I got like 10 offers. And and one D1, and that kid that said that, I heard in my senior year that he got redshirted in his university, and then got cut, and then he's playing at JC and he's still not playing.
Dang, That's tough, bro.
I'm like, karma's a bitch.
Low key.
And like every time I see him, I'm like, whatever. Because I sometimes see him.
This episode, but right now we're at the outro, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ask Peter what he learned from his journey. So Peter, what did you all learn from this journey, overcoming all of these different obstacles, all these different things that were thrown your way? You know, coaches, players, you know, verbally abusing you and stuff like that, and just learning to be yourself throughout this whole journey. Well, you know, what else would you say is like an important message that you could speak to the younger guys that might be listening to, or anybody that's listening to this?
Yeah, obviously it's been a long journey. That was a lot of content there. Honestly, how I just worked out with all the bullshit with all the coaches is just work on your stuff. Honestly, summer ball, that's where I worked a lot. And always interact with kids that are like you too, and try to help other kids also. I mean, if they don't want to listen to you, then don't judge on them. Just say, okay, I'll let you be you. Don't be all mad because you're trying to teach them. That's basically my message also. And just like work on your stuff. Just block out all the. It's like pitching in like that game, that blown save or whatever. You got a whole bunch of people talking to you. You just focus on the target, and like that's what you should do in life too, because people are just gonna chirp, and then like a strikeout, you'll be successful, and it's basically my message. Thanks. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. So just you would say just to continue to work on your craft, right? Because like you said, if you're good enough, they're gonna find you. I mean, you didn't get a whole lot of innings throughout your first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
You didn't get a whole lot of innings, but you were still able to get like 10 different schools to look at you to play at the next level.
Yep.
So,
and I got to start on the college. So yeah,
you got the first start. Yeah, you got the first start on
I mean,
opening day. You were opening day.
It was an experience, and I mean, and then sadly lost. But the next game, like I got shut out, 6-inning shutout, and I was glad about that. And then Barso was good too. So.
Yep. Yeah, man. You just gotta. It's all a learning process, like you just said, man.
It's all a learning process, and now the season's over. But I'm gonna still work more on stuff. I gotta fix my body too, so that's gonna be. Hopefully, this coronavirus is dealt with. But next season, I hope to be a changed person.
100%, man. Yeah.
Throwing 90, hopefully.
Ooh, okay. Throwing 90. All right.
Yeah. So.
Hey, man. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. You know, if we don't end up being teammates anymore for whatever reason, things don't work out, man. I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Hashtag,
you better keep in touch, bro. You better keep in touch.
Hashtag Red Shirt Corona year, guys. So, basically.
All right, man. Thank you for coming on and doing this interview. I appreciate it.
Yep.
With that being said, this will mark the end of the episode for today, guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Take the proper precautions, and just continue to to listen to this and continue to share this. Anyways, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.